Usually you try to clear your mind and then you want to just relax, but you need to be in the moment when you are actually shooting. Yes, going to the Olympics, it's the first time ever. It's like a dream come true. It's something I've been working towards for a long time and finally coming to fruition, so it's really exciting to actually see something take shape like this. My father was a 3-time Olympian, and he retired actually from competitive shooting and started a training program for juniors. Now my little sister and I were actually just the right age to begin that training program. So he asked if we wanted to try it. We said sure, and then we've been doing it ever since. And it was something that we could share. And it was, it was me and my dad and my little sister, and we had a little click almost, and it was it's fun. It was really rewarding to be able to have that closeness and to be able to share that with him, and especially to hold on to that now that he's passed away. He would always awe me because when I first started to shoot, my shots were all over the place. And I would say, "Dad, my gun does not work." And he would take it and shoot a 10 every time and show me that my gun worked, and he was a star. And I just remember always just being amazed. He let us make our choices so that we would come to realize our dreams rather than forcing a dream on us or telling us that the Olympics were within our grasp. He just let us discover it on our own. So it was that much more exciting. It was that you drove yourself that much more because you started to realize this is a potential for me. I can start to reach the potential that my dad was at. And it starts to become more personal. It's definitely a moment that I would have really liked to share with him, to have him here for. But at the same time, I also think that he already knew that it was going to be in my future. There's a little while there that competition was just not fun. It was very ugly. It was not easy. People would come up to me and talk about my dad, and that was not easy for me, not something I was interested in talking about at that point. And I felt obligated to continue shooting in my dad's memory for other people. So that was definitely a real struggle that I had. But I couldn't not shoot either. I just couldn't turn away from that because I put so much into it with him and with my sister that it was something I just felt like I had to keep doing, even though it was so hard. Yeah, I mean, it definitely made me start questioning, start looking at my faith more deeply, and I think that that was both scary and a good thing. It made me really realize that God is there through the good things and the bad things, that He has a perfect plan, and even though I don't like it, doesn't mean that it's not the best thing for me, or the best thing for my family, or the best thing for the circumstances. So I would definitely say that my faith really helped to bring me to an understanding of part of my purpose, and just understanding that my reliance on God has to be whole and complete and not in part. I will do my best, and I'll do my best on the day of competition and any other day, in my work, in my family, and know that know that God loves me, know that that I'm not just an athlete, I'm not just a shooter, and my identity isn't wrapped up in being an athlete. It's not wrapped up in shooting. It's not wrapped up in traveling. But that is a part of who I am and a part of who God has designed me to be. In order to help keep myself focused and calm and relaxed, I do find that I find God in the small breaths. It's the breaths between the shots, the breaths while I'm relaxing, the breaths while I'm not focused on the front sights. I'm not focused on making that one shot. I'm taking a small break, and in that God is always in the small breaths, I find. And you'll always find God in the small moments that you take, you set apart, and you just rest, you look, you allow yourself to be open to being patient and just listening.